It was nearing midnight, and the Prime Minister was sitting alone in his office, reading a long memo that was slipping through his brain without leaving the slick trace of meaning behind. He was waiting for a call from the president of a far distant country, and between wondering when the wretched man would telephone, and trying to suppress unpleasant memories of what had been a very long, tiring, and difficult week. There was not much space in his head for anything else. The more he attempted to focus on the print on the page before him, the more clearly the Prime Minister could see the cutting face of one of his political opponents. This particular opponent has appeared on the news that very day, not only enumerated all the terrible things that had happened in the last week, as struck anyone needed remedy, but also to explain why each and every one of them was the government's fault. The Prime Minister pulse quickened at the very thought of this accusation, for they were neither far nor true. How on earth was his government supposed to have spotted the bread collapsing? It was outrageous for anybody to suggest that they were not spending enough on bricks. The brick was fewer than 10 years old, and the best express were at a loss to explain why it had snapped cleanly into, sending a dozen cars into the watery depths of the river below. And how dare anyone suggested it was lack of policemen that had resulted in those two very nasty and well published murders, or that the government should have somehow foreseen the freak hurricane in the West Country that had caused so much damage to both people and property, and was it his fault that one of his junior ministers, Halbert Caley, had caused this week to ask to particularly that he was now going to be spending a lot more time with his family. A great mood has gripped the country. The opponent has concluded